Good morning. It's July 3rd, 2024. Ike Morgan is off this week, so while he's gone, we're going to discuss religion, marijuana, and homicide. I'm John Hammondtree, and we are down in Alabama. Tomorrow is the 4th of July, so let's talk about a group of folks who are appealing to a larger body to pay lower taxes. Of course, I'm talking about Episcopalians from Alabama. This year, they asked for a reduction in the amount of tax or assessment that they pay to their national denominational headquarters. The Episcopal Church General Convention, which concluded June 28th in Louisville, Kentucky, considered the resolution proposed by the Diocese of Alabama and other regions. The Diocese of Alabama was asking that the percentage churches pay into the national denomination, which is currently 15%, be reduced down to 10% by 2030. That request, however, was rejected by the General Convention. And something tells me that this response won't result in a bunch of tea being dumped into a harbor. Speaking of tea, some of the first steps in Alabama's fledgling medical cannabis industry are taking place inside a building behind high security fences, cameras, and signs warning the public to keep out of the CRC Alabama Cannabis Cultivation Facility in the tiny town of Goshen, Alabama. About 1,000 marijuana plants, varieties with names like Orange Cream Pop and Hella Jelly, are now being carefully cultivated at the facility. Last week, AL.com's Mike Kaysen got to tour the facility. He looked inside the vegetative room where temperatures are set at 78 degrees, which sounds nice right about now, and he saw rows and rows and rows of the 2-week to 2-month-old leafy green plants that are grown in a mixture of coconut husks, coconut pith, and a granular material called perlite. While the full launch of Alabama's medical cannabis industry is tangled up in litigation, CRC of Alabama and 6 other companies have received licenses to grow the plants that will produce gummies, capsules, pills, tinctures, and all sorts of other products to help patients deal with chronic pain, the harsh effects of cancer treatment, seizures, muscle spasms, PTSD, depression, panic disorder, and other conditions and symptoms. Licenses for dispensaries which sell the products and for integrated companies which can cultivate, process, transport, and sell the product are still on hold, the result of numerous lawsuits by companies challenging the licensing decision of the Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission. Now, if you're a regular listener of Down in Alabama, you know that last week Ike spoke with AL.com public safety reporter Carol Robinson about the turnover at the top of police departments around the state. That continues this week with news that Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin has appointed Jeffrey Brown, a retired FBI supervisor, to be the new Deputy Chief of Investigative Operations. This department has its hands full as Carol Robinson reports that homicides in Birmingham and all of Jefferson County rose in the first 6 months of 2024 compared to the same time last year. There were 75 homicides in Birmingham from January through June, which is up 10 slayings compared to the same time frame in 2023. That's more than a 15% increase. And the city reported its first homicide of July, which is the 76th of the year, on Monday night when a man was shot in the Eastlake parking lot. The victim was identified as 30-year-old Cameron Connell. In all of Jefferson County, there have been 98 killings as of July 1st, 2024. That's an increase of 2 homicides over this time last year. That puts Birmingham and the county at odds with national trends where homicides and violent crime are on the decline. The FBI's quarterly Uniform Crime Report, released in June, showed a 26.4% decrease in murders nationally, according to Stateline. The data is collected from nearly 12,000 law enforcement agencies representing about 77% of the country's population. I probably don't have to tell you this, but tomorrow is Independence Day, and if you're looking for some last-minute things to do, we've got a list of activities going on around the state over at AL.com. I'll be back with the latest headlines tomorrow for a short holiday episode, but in the meantime, you can always come by and see what we're doing on the World Wide Web at AL.com.